Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another session of the Let's Get Technical series with me, Kavita Agrawal, the founder of EXP-Invest. Like every Wednesday, I am back with some more knowledge sharing about the topic of technical analysis and swing trading for all of you. Today, we are here to talk about how to time your entries for swing trading perfectly. I will be showing you tools, analysis methodologies. I will cover as much as I can in 30 minutes. And then in the last 15 minutes, I will take your stock queries and help you in the positions you're stuck at. So stay with me. And if you hear something that you like, don't forget to give a thumbs up to this live stream before you leave. Remember, this live stream will also be edited and posted as long form video on my YouTube channel. So if you want to review this video again later on in a more crisper, meatier manner, then be sure to look me up on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. So as we begin, I would also like to invite you to join my Telegram channel, and let me quickly share my screen and show you how to do that. So this is my Telegram channel. Oh, hold on. Wrong screen. Okay, no problem. It looks like we need to change the screen from here. There we go. Thank you for your patience. So this is the Telegram channel, and you want to search Trade with Kavita on Telegram. So how you're going to do it is simply hit escape and go to the search bar, write Trade with Kavita, and then join the Telegram channel that is there. Remember, there are a lot of fake channels running with small variations in the name. So be sure to click the correct channel. Don't go by subscribers name, because some of these fake channels will also have more number of subscribers than me. They are pros, right? So this is the Telegram channel you want to join, around 4,828 members. Now coming to the topic of swing trading. Why do we want to swing trade, first of all, and why do we want to, how do we want to earn from it? So understand what swing trading is, and then we'll proceed with how to make our entries perfect, right? So swing trading is taking advantage of the fact that in the stock market, prices never move up in a straight line. They move up in swings. It'll go a little up, it'll come down, go a little up, come down, go a little up again, right? So we want to take advantage of this movement in the prices. Now, if I showed you the price of Nifty, you will notice that there are a lot of swings, and these swings can be observed on different time frames. You can observe swings on 75-minute time frame, like the ones that I have drawn using Elliott wave drawings, or you can also go on the weekly time frame, and you can also observe swings on a larger time frame here, like this, right? Now, what determines which degree of swing you want to trade in, which is the most profitable? It is you that decides, because the stock market is full of opportunities. So the reason that a lot of people end up losing money in the stock market is not because they're not able to find profitable opportunities. The reason they're losing money is because they are not able to stay consistent. They are doing cash trading, then they are jumping to long-term investing, they're jumping to options trading, they're doing a little bit of futures trading also, they're trading intraday also, they're trading positional also, they're trading long term. So you're diluting your resources. When you hyper focus on one niche kind of trading which suits you best, your life circumstances best, you're able to develop your skill set there, and that really matters. So you must have read in a lot of books, you must have heard a lot of professional traders say that in trading, consistency and discipline matter the most, and that is very true. When you're consistent and you're disciplined and you stay with it, consistency, right? When you stay with your strategies, it will yield results for you. It will not yield result in every single trade, every single kind of market. If you're using a bullish strategy, it will give you good results in bullish market. But if you abandon it in a bearish or a choppy market, then you will not be able to learn enough. Because remember, even with your bullish strategy, you need to know how to manage the strategy, or how to manage your capital using your strategy during any kind of market, right? So in order to understand how to enter and exit stocks for swing trading, let's take the example of Tata Chemicals. Now, the first thing that I like to do when I want to enter or exit, when I want to enter a stock, right? So first thing I like to do is I want to determine what is the decision making time frame. What is the decision making time frame? If you look at my layout, you will see there are 6 different charts. One is the monthly, then we have the weekly, then we have the daily, we have the 75-minute, we have the 15, and then we have the 3-minute time frame, right? Why are we choosing these different time frames? Because all of these time frames give us the visibility of the unfolding price on different levels, right? Even if as a swing trader, I prefer to trade on the basis of 75-minute time frames outputs with a holding period of around 2 weeks to 3 months, I still need to take a look at the weekly, the daily, the 15 and the 3-minute time frames to make sure that I am operating in the right stage of the trend as well. What do I mean by that? As a swing trader who's trading long side only strategies, I want to enter the stock at lows and sell at highs, right? So in order to determine whether the stock is at a low or is in the middle of a correction, I need to look at time frame higher. So I will look at the weekly time frame and the daily time frame to make sure that the stock is in a bull trend. Okay, so let's hide some drawings to make it a little bit cleaner. I know you're seeing a lot of EMAs. Don't worry about them. Don't get lost. Focus more on the prices. Or what I can do is I can also, okay, but I need to also show you the RSI. So we'll let the moving averages be. So what you want to do is you want to make sure, first of all, that the stock is in bull trend. So what am I seeing on Tata Chemicals here? I am seeing that the stock is definitely in a bull trend. A fresh new rally started here when the RSI here touched the level of 30 on the weekly time frame, right? And then it has been going up, but the last peak was forged on 12th of September, and since then the stock has been sideways. Even though it's been sideways, the stock hasn't really corrected. So this means the stock is at least not in a bearish momentum, right? So stocks which are in a bearish trend, a bearish downtrend, or in a primary downtrend, I absolutely don't want to engage with those stocks. So okay, Tata Chemical has been in a strong uptrend, but right now it is in consolidation. Should I buy the stock? That will depend upon 2 things. Number 1, I will come 1 time frame lower, look at the daily time frame, and here I want to determine what is the volume activity. If the volume activity seems positive when the price is going up and the volume declines when the price is going down, then that is a positive cue for me. Then I also want to look at the momentum indicator. I want to make sure that the RSI is giving me bullish signals. What kind of bullish signals can the RSI give me on a time frame which is 1 time frame higher than my decision making time frame? I want the RSI to tell me that the underlying momentum is strong. How can the RSI tell me? On the basis of 2 things. Either it is forming a RSI positive divergence, or even during a correction, it is respecting the bullish range. Right? What is the bullish range? Stocks have been noticed to follow ranges. When it is in a bullish momentum, then even during correction, the stock will not breach below the range of 30 on the RSI. So if I can see that the stock has corrected recently, created a low, but the RSI did not breach the level of 30 and then headed higher again, that means the stock is in a bullish range shift, and it is a good idea to look for opportunities in lower time frame. So now that brings me to the 75-minute time frame. Now where do I want to enter the stock and on the 75-minute time frame? When the stock takes a correction. So having established the daily time frame was looking bullish, I waited for the stock, the 75-minute time frame's RSI to come and retest the level of 30. When it did that, I looked at the volumes. On the volumes, what I could see was that the participation of the volumes on the downside had been pretty dry, versus when the price went up, the participation was quite good. This gave me a probable entry level, and then I set my stop loss on the basis of the most recent low. Once the stop loss had been triggered, once the stop loss had been set, I set up my GTT and I let the stock sit. Now you will notice that my stop loss here got triggered, right? And when the stop loss got triggered, the downtrend that followed happened against high volumes. So in swing trading, you have to understand the importance of discipline and risk management. Even if you're making an entry on the basis of proper analysis and setting a stop loss, you have to make it a point to respect that stop loss. It is totally okay to re-enter the stock if your analysis suggests so, but changing the stop loss is cultivating bad habits, and that is going to lead you to troubles very soon. So never change your stop loss once you have set it. Let it get triggered, totally fine. Re-enter the stock if required. The brokerage or the transaction cost is a much smaller cost than the cost of compromising your discipline and cultivating bad habits like disrespecting your stop loss, right? So here we saw high volume. So what did we do? We waited for the stock to give a little bit more correction. It was very evident that because the volume activity has been strong here, right? On the decline, a little bit more decline can come. So what happened here? When the decline came again and the RSI of 75-minute again went on the level of 30, we re-entered the stock at this white dot. So you can see this is very close to the low. Now, because you're doing swing trading, it is also your responsibility to your capital to manage the risk properly. So what happened here is we had let me use this one. So we have the most recent high drawn here. So I was waiting for this resistance to get breached. Now what happened is the resistance didn't get breached, but the price came very close, and the price took a resistance at this blue line, which is the 20 EMA of the daily time frame, superimposed on the 75-minute time frame. This was a sign of bit of a weakness for me. I wasn't comfortable, and I also wanted to protect my capital because remember, I have already incurred one stop loss. So what did we do? We changed the stop loss to bring it to cost, and that stop loss got triggered. However, if you notice this green bar here, right? This green bar showed us that there is a very important support level, and we have already noticed on the weekly time frame that the stock is under consolidation. Now the stock had originally taken some correction, given a bounce back here, given a breakout, created a new high, and since then it has been maintaining this 925 as an important level of support. So because the stock breached the stop loss but did not break the support, I told all the members of my Trade Together program to re-enter the stock, and everybody did, right? Today, if you see, the stock has given 11.5% returns. Overall, the stock achieved the target of around 23% in just 27 days. So what do we learn here? Number one, if you want to make precise entries for swing trading, always make sure that you're entering in the direction of the trend. Okay, don't seek the bull trend. Objectively observe what the trend is using momentum indicators like RSI. Okay, then once you've established that yes, the stock may be in a bull trend correction, that is, it is in a bull trend but it is going into correction, you need to determine what is your perfect entry level. Again, use the RSI for that. When the RSI comes to the level of 30 and triggers an alert for you at the level of 30, you can start exploring your probable entry. Another good idea is also to look at the 15-minute time frame. Why? Because the 15-minute time frame will give you faster signals, in the sense that if the RSI here starts giving a positive divergence, that is, the 15-minute time frame has now shifted to the bull range, that indicates the starting of a new bull trend. Usually, I don't like to base my decisions on the basis of 15-minute time frame, because the rallies which are indicated, because even the small intermittent rallies within the correction can be picked up by the 15-minute time frame, and I don't want that much noise on my analysis, right? So that is the reason I look at the 15-minute time frame, wait for it to turn positive. Once it is confirmed, then I go ahead and give my position. Once you've established a long position on the basis of doing analysis on different time frames using momentum, then you also need to manage your risk. Set your stop loss on the basis of the most recent low right below the entry point. Okay, if your stop loss gets triggered, it's completely fine. Keep your stop loss small, limit your losses, and if you see the price reversing and your analysis not getting invalidated by the stop loss trigger, it is totally okay to re-enter the stock. Set your target and keep revising your stop loss. So after all the members of my Trade Together program had re-entered Tata Chemical, I continue to give them revised stop loss. Today only I revised the stop loss to 1045, and luckily we do not need to revise any further stop losses because the target of 1150 was achieved instantaneously. The stock moved up 11.5%. So you see how using the wave theory, Dow theory, momentum analysis, volume analysis, we were able to make a very good entry and exit in the stock of Tata Chemicals. Now let's take a look at your comments and help you out. So we've got a lot of members joining in today. So hello to everybody. Hello Manish. Hello Satish ji. Hello Mr. Chandra, Mr. Sandy. Hello Anil. Hello Mr. Dhruba. So Chandra Shekhar is asking how stocks and market react before central election. If you see the last few trends, the elections have been a very profitable time to trade in. But again, as a swing trader, we focus on the macroeconomics, then on the sector level, and then on the stocks level. So as long as you're choosing your sectors which are in momentum, election can surely add tail to your wind, and overall I'm very bullish in the market. So I don't really like to pay a lot of attention to events like central bank policy or FOMC meeting or elections, because if I am following my strategy and managing my risk, all of these events are going to keep coming and going. I don't want to pay undue attention to them, because paying undue attention to news events can also lead to biases, and I don't like to deal with biases. Or rather, I don't like to give into biases. I like to manage my biases. So Mr. Shiva Reddy, if you have any questions about swing trading in the stock market, please feel free to ask. So Aditya, you can get in touch with my team. The first step would be to join my Telegram channel. And when you join my Telegram channel, right, you can see in the description my own handle. You can get in touch with me, or let me also for you mention the I'm not sure if I can, let me also for you mention my team. So let me team Kavita. So you can get in touch with my team actually through here, and I will also mention my direct handle so you can get in touch with me, right? So that is how you can do it. Now let's move on to the next comment. Which indicators are you using? So Navi, I am using very simple indicators. One is the RSI, another is the exponential moving average. However, I like to use a lot of variations of these. So you will see on my 3 minutes, 15 minutes, 75-minute time frame, I like to use the 25-period RSI. On my daily time frame, I like to use the 20-period RSI. Now on the RSI, you will see there are a lot of other lines. So to mind you, these are also RSIs of the daily and the 75-minute time frame. They are just superimposed across different time frames, because I want to see if the RSI, say, of the 15-minute is at 60 at any point of time, what is the RSI of the 75-minute time frame doing, or what is the RSI of the daily time frame doing, right? So that is the reason why it is all superimposed across each other. Now, join my Telegram knowledge. Thank you, Manish ji. So Sandeep is saying, should I hold Tata Steel? So guys, if you have stock queries that you would like me to answer, I will tell you exactly how you can do that. Let me introduce you to this very important sheet, which is my stock query sheet. So if you have questions which you want me to answer, then please fill up this form. I'm going to drop the link of this form in the comment section, or you can just open expinvest.in/stock request. Here you need to fill out this form, and I will look at your query and my team will send you my response. This way we can be a little bit more systematic, and going forward, if there are any updates, and it will give me the possibility of reaching out to you again and sharing the updates. One thing that I really want to emphasize for everybody, and I'll leave this link open. One thing that I really want to emphasize for everybody is that free advice leads to expensive mistakes in the stock market. So even though I'm willing to help you, remember, making trade executions on the basis of free advice can lead to a lot of problems for your portfolio. So always work with a registered research analyst with whose analysis aligns with your trading goals. Right? So if some research analyst only is a master in options, but you don't want to do options trading, then working with them is not a good idea. If you want to do swing trading, but you're associating with somebody who's only giving long-term recommendations, that's again a mismatch. So if you want to churn your capital like you would in a business in the stock market, and make trades using momentum or swing trade calls, then associate yourself with a research analyst who's an expert in swing trading. So I myself am an expert with 12 years of experience in the market, right? So the first step to getting in touch with me is to join my Telegram channel. After this session, I will also share the link of my Trade Together program if you're interested in exploring that further. Now, let's see. So we'll take a look at these responses. We'll go into the sheet and start answering the questions left by the members. So all of these members who had mentioned their queries have already been answered. Today, we will take up some more queries mentioned by some members. So I can see Kanjan has mentioned or asked for credit ACC. They are holding the stock at 1623. Should they hold? Let's take a look. Let's copy the stock and let's hop over to our charts and let's search for credit ACC. So, what was the holding price? 1632. That's already gone quite a while back, but let's continue to see 1632. 1632. Right? Did I see that correct? 1623. I was correct the first time. So 1623. All right. So, see, this is what I mean when I say that you need to manage your risk properly. Now, Kanjan here has already lost 15%. Just to make up this loss of 15%, now you need to earn 18% in the market, right? Losing money is way easier than making money in the market. That is why you need to keep a cap on your losses. If you don't control your loss, you will always be in survival mode. You will never be able to reach the thriving or the growth mode, okay? So what should you do? I'm assuming you're holding the stock from a long-term perspective, and my analysis suggests that the stock is in a bull trend right now. And it is taking a bit of a correction, right? It's not a dip, it's a correction. This is where the new rally began. And since the new rally began, so I'm going to turn this to white color because I'm observing it on the weekly time frame. So actually, this is where the new rally began, and this was the first leg. This first leg was then corrected by 20%, and then second up leg happened, which has now also been corrected by 20%. Let's see. On the daily time frame, also this coincided. So this line should actually be deleted, or let's just turn this to yellow, right? Because this is where the RSI is touching the level of 30 on the daily time frame. Okay. So what we can see here is the price showed a clear positive divergence and then rallied upward. But right now we don't see any such positive divergence. So it's hard to tell whether the price is going to go up. Also, it has approached the very important EMA, the 250 EMA on the daily time frame, right? 200, 250 EMA, they are important levels. So it has been approached. The price actually stands at a very important test point. The 75-minute time frame also thankfully looks pretty bullish, even though a significant amount of correction has occurred. The fact that the RSI hasn't reached the level of 30 even once, despite of having forged 3 separate lows, it's a good signal, okay? And looking at the 15-minute time frame, I do notice a small positive divergence. However, it's a little bit early to advise you to average your stock. I would tell you to hold, because for the long term, it does look attractive. And what you can do is you can use this buying range of 12% between the range of 1397 to 1219, and between that range set up multiple buy GTT orders like this, right? And average down your cost a little bit, continue to hold. Based on what I'm seeing on the charts, the way the momentum is unfolding, I would expect the stock to test the level of 2100 within the next, we can say 150 to, I would say within the next 5-6 months, I would expect the stock to retest the level of 2100, right? All right. So that is for Mr. Kanjan. My team is going to put your notes together and you will be able to see it. Now let's look at Hindustan Unilever for Munindra, and his average cost is 2400. All right, so wonderful average cost. And what I can see is so Hindustan Unilever has been asked multiple times in this session, and the last time we checked out the stock was somewhere near this high of 2600 and also somewhere near 2550. And I had strictly told everybody that it's not a good time for Hindustan Unilever. Stay as far away from the stock as possible. Soon enough, the stock went into a massive correction, and my target, which was around 2350, has been achieved on the stock. So what do we see now? Now I can see that on the basis of the weekly time frame, right? So the weekly time frame never so let's just stretch this chart a little bit. So here we can see that a retest of the lifetime high was made and it failed, and the stock went into correction. Now it has come back to the support. It's very important to notice whether, like, wait and watch whether the stock stays above here or not. So for your cost price of 2400, what I would suggest is you maintain a stop loss. For your cost price of 2400, I would suggest you maintain a stop loss at 2345, right? And continue to hold the stock, because here on the daily time frame there is a small positive divergence that is visible. And if we see here, right, so unfortunately the 75-minute time frame is not looking very positive because of this breach. This breach below the level of 30 suggests that some more correction can come. So I'm not very bullish on Hindustan Unilever. So if you look at this rally, if this decline, right, this was a pretty big decline as well. This was a 11% decline in just 81 days. However, the RSI did not breach the momentum threshold, right? Here again, if you see, just 11 to 12% correction has come, but the correction has happened a lot faster, which means that the downside momentum has been a lot stronger than the upside momentum, and that is why the level of 30 has been breached, right? So you need to respect what the RSI is saying, and you need to, so what you can do is you either exit the stock for the time being, or you set the stop loss and continue to hold. Given the historical tendencies of the stock that I'm observing, this green line, which is the 100 EMA, has a tendency of acting as a resistance when the stock is approaching it from below. So for now, I would give you a very small target of 2475 on the stock. So your target is, for the time being, 2475, and your stop loss is 2345. All right, so Puneet ji, since I can see that you are asking for a stock query, I will request you to kindly fill up the form that I have already shared. I will again copy the link of this form and I will put it in the comment. Kindly fill up the form if you want me to look at your stocks. So Reyansh is asking, how can we touch base to get some good knowledge? So Reyansh, there are many ways. One is my Telegram channel, and one is you can also visit my website EXP-Invest.in. Over there, you can get information about my swing trading recommendations, about my live training, and about my account management offerings. Once you review this, feel free to book a call by clicking on this button at the header. It's just 25 rupees for 15 minutes, right? And in this, my team will help you, guide you, and explain to you based on your profile what would work for you the best. Let's go back to the comments. So we've taken a look at this one. Now we've got Mr. Subir Datta. He forgot to mention the name of the stock. So unfortunately, okay, so my team can reach out to Mr. Subir Datta and let him know that he's not mentioned the name of the stock, only the cost price. It's a bit of a teaser for me, but okay. Mr. Sharath is asking for GSFC and he's bought it at 299. So let's open GSFC for Mr. Sharath and let's look at. Please be sure to mention your prices in your ticker names in the proper format. Oof. Mr. Sharath, what have you done? Never buy a stock after the rally, okay? Never ever do that. The stock entry has been made right at the top. 299, yeah? Oh, brutal. Okay, let's see. All right, so the long-term trend looks pretty attractive. The bull trend has been quite intact as per the weekly time frame, because we see that the uptrend unfolded against strong volumes. The RSI super bullish, respecting the bull trend, but the stock is pretty cyclical in nature. So now that it has gone into correction, clearly as per the weekly time frame, it is expected to, correct at least to the next threshold. So it has already corrected around 33%, but I do see this yellow line, which is the 50 EMA of the weekly time frame, offering a support, also trend line there. So I would expect the stock to retest. Also, there is this peak right here. So I think this entire zone is a very important support level. So 185 to 195, also the 200 EMA lies right here, which makes sense, right? 50 EMA of the weekly time frame and 200 EMA of the daily time frame are mathematically the same EMA. 50 into 4 if people didn't get it. But anyway, sorry, this is not 200, this is 250 EMA. So 50 into 5, right? Now, if we look at the daily time frame, it is approaching the level of 30. But if we look at the, if we look at the 75-minute time frame, it has given a positive divergence, which is fantastic news. So this is a stock which is in a primary bull trend, completing a correction, given a strong positive divergence on the decision-making time frame. So if you look at the past also, the stock has a tendency of giving a positive divergence before a rally begins, right? Sudhir ji, sorry, did I get the name right? So, Sarath, I would strongly recommend that you average your cost here, and GSFC looks very attractive for fresh entry. I would suggest a stop loss at the level of, unfortunately, I cannot recommend a smaller stop loss than the previous low, right? So your stop loss is a little, considering the stop loss is like massive 14%, what you should do is you should use this entire range. You should use this entire range of 184 to 218 as your probable buying range, right? And go ahead and make your position. So on the 15-minute time frame also, on the 15-minute time frame, positive signals are yet to get established. So again, if we go back to where we noticed the positive divergence on the 75-minute time frame, you see even the 15-minute time frame gave a positive divergence and a positive range shift. So the 15-minute time frame is suggesting the same thing that I told you, that a bullish trend is building up, but it's not there yet. So instead of buying in one go, it is better to accumulate the position. So if I were you, what I would do is I would set multiple GTT orders within this buying range like this and wait for them to get triggered. And again, suppose I want to buy 100 stocks. So I would set like 20 stocks here, 30 stocks here and 50 stocks here to keep my average cost price really low. So I will do that. At the same time, I will also keep an eye on the 15-minute time frame. And if the 15-minute time frame, suppose the stock here makes a higher high, right? So I will keep an alert there. And if the stock makes a higher high, then what I will do is I will go ahead and allocate all my cash at once, provided that the 15-minute time frame is moved to the bullish range shift. Ooh, my throat gets a little weird. Okay, let's move on to another stock query. So we've answered Sharath's question. Now let's look at Devendra's request for Jio Finance. At 584, averaged and holding since last date. Okay, since last, okay, 584. Got it. So Jio Finance is asked, what? How did you manage to buy Jio Finance at 584? That's weird to me. I think there is an error in this, so I'm going to avoid this. My team can send Mr. Devendra a message that the cost price mentioned for Jio Finance does not make sense. However, Jio Finance looks like a bullish stock for the long-term holding. Mr. Kanjan has also asked another query, CDSL at 2020. I'm not sure if I've already answered. No. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's draw the horizontal line and enter the cost price 2020. Okay. So again, another mistake. Mr. Kanjan, you have a problem of buying stocks after the rally. Stop doing that. Okay. Always buy the stock when the RSI is at the lower level. That will help you to buy stocks which have an underlying bull momentum and, help you enjoy upside rather than suffered in the downside. And if you don't have time to do this analysis, just join my Trade Together program. I'll give you actionable advice there. Now, let's take a look at CDSL. So CDSLC, it's a very, very bullish stock, right? The daily time frame is looking bullish. The weekly time frame is looking very bullish. The 75-minute time frame has just given a nice little touchdown at the level of 30 and started to go up. And now it is giving you another opportunity to potentially enter the stock again, right? What you can do is you can average the stock out here. However, please maintain a stop loss below this low. So if this low gets breached, right, you need to get out. So this is around 1713. So your stop loss in CDSL is 1713, 1713, and you need to hold this stock for a minimum target of, I would say, 2200. Mr. Kanjan, really stop buying stocks after the rally. Not done. All right. Okay. So we are done till here. Now, with that, we come to the end of this live session. I hope I was able to add some value to you. If you've enjoyed what I have shared and if you want to stay connected with me, don't forget to join my Telegram channel. I will see you again on Friday in the Market Outlook series, where I bring to you practical analysis of Nifty, Bank Nifty, and intersector analysis, because we want to know where the momentum goes so we can put our cash there. And remember, by the way, if you've not joined my Telegram channel, then you missed out on the big rally that happened today between the level of 22,250 to 22,500. Because today at 12:30 exactly, I mentioned in my Telegram channel that positive divergence has occurred on the 3-minute time frame, and we can expect a rally if 22,250 does not get breached. As the level did not get breached on Nifty, we did see a very strong rally ensue after that. So if you want to receive such actionable updates about the market even during the market hours from me, do join my Telegram channel. I will see you on